Chapter 978, introducing the Flying Rope-a-Doperino.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Podcast. I'm the best guy ever, and this is Give and Take.
Read my
That about
comic.
sums it up. Oh, shit. It's about a frog and a log and a bump and a stump. All my favorite things in one comic. It's not about any
That's
of those.
spoilers for my next comic.
Oh, I'm
the
sorry.
The Frog and the
guys.
Log.
Then their rivals, the bump and the stump. We are talking about Chapter 978, introducing the Toby Ropo, or the Flying Six. That's One Piece in a nutshell for the week. But before that, let's address this tragic cover page where a woman is looking at her own damn self and is driven mad by sheer sexual desire, like Narcissus gazing into the lake.
Yes.
That pretty much sums it up.
Yeah, basically, Chiffon and Lola. Everyone's happy. Everyone's smiling. Those two guys, I forgot that those were like Lola's crewmen. Were they in the cover arc previously? Did we see them?
I believe this is their first appearance of, this is the rolling, I mean, we saw Lola last time, captain of the Rolling Pirates, but here are the only two other notable ones, aka the Risky Brothers. And they were two squirrel zombies back in Thriller Bark.
I remember
Yep,
the zombie
and here they are.
designs, sort of.
They did not play much of a role, but they did exist. And these are the only two that like had designs of any interest or note, and there they are. So basically, all the rolling pirates here are colliding with the, what do they call, the fire tank pirates, Capone's gang, and oh, isn't that nice? Okay, so boom, they're together, happy. I will give you Oda one chapter after this to just chew the fat of them, like be happy and talk. After that, I'm gonna need plot developments or ending this thing. That's what you get. You're done. It's over. We need to move on from this. It's so boring. But it's done. It is done.
Yeah, I think if it would be anything, it would be the next chapter where Lola says something to Chiffon that is like, whoa, this is interesting. Like, that's the moment.
You know what I would love? So at this may have just been kind of like a misdirect or something, but I'm sure I've mentioned it before. But back at the very end of Thriller Bark, I believe what happened was like Luffy and the gang like left. They sailed on to Shabondi and their adventures to come. And I think that the Rolling Pirates had like the last lines on Thriller Bark saying like, okay guys, let's go. I could be wrong about that. But like the very last thing we see of Thriller Bark was there was all this mystery about like, oh, things disappear in Thriller Bark, or in the Florian Triangle, just where the Thriller Bark happened to be by, basically pure coincidence. And we see in the mist two glinting eyes, which look like some sort of giant monster or something. Perhaps Lola had some interaction with that giant monster, and she'll mention it to our boys and girls here. That would be cool. I would love to hear more about that. I don't know if that will happen, but that's another thing Oda could do that would be pretty cool. But who knows? Who knows if that'll happen or not? I have a feeling he will not bring that up because it's not really important.
I mean, I feel like the way to do that would be more with like a text box than it would be with an image, because you can't really explain too much in these cover arcs.
That's very true. He could do a within the cover arc, he could have another cover arc, like a corner of it gets used for like a separate chapter of the Lola Rolling Pirates adventures with full text just crammed into one, third of this page.
And the other 2/3 are like Chiffon listening to the story, just blank face.
And it's that every page, it's her blank face, but that little corner has changed, and maybe her expression changes just a tiny bit based on the current story being told. Oh, I'm mildly surprised. Oh, a giant monster, huh? Like eyebrows raised like a fraction of an inch. This is glorious. Please do this, someone. That's a great artistic idea. All right, well, anyway, Oda, let's do it up, boy. Bring me something good.
Right.
Okay, moving on to chapter 978. Yes.
So here is Law with his underwater submarine ship.
As promised, there they go, doing their thing.
You can see Raizo, Ashuradoji, Kawamatsu, and I think that's Kiku.
That's Kiku. That's
yeah,
Kiku.
okay.
Yeah.
So those are the four going there. Everyone else.
By the way, I just want to say again, I miss Kiku's cool demon mask. I hope she puts it back on because it looks really cool. That's all. That's all.
I think
it's a very
fight,
cool mask.
like as soon as she starts fighting, it's like I don't know. I think I keep forgetting like like in terms of what the characters call Kiku?
I mean, whatever. I mean,
I guess it
presents
doesn't
female. I think Kiku is the kind of chill individual who would not really be bothered too much one way or another.
Yeah.
But they say they have a soul of a woman, so I don't know, fair enough.
I default to
my
female
right-wing
just
political
because of the way
agenda,
she
I will put
looks.
aside. Yeah.
Yeah, so
So they sail on.
all the
Yeah.
ships are sailing through. We got the minks, we got the straw hats, and we got the samurai, and
Hey, have we seen that one like musketeer, that black cat on the bottom right of the minx before? It looks like a new boy.
I mean, perhaps potentially. I don't remember.
I don't know. Oh, never mind. Doesn't matter. Ooh, look at this cool pose of all the samurai. Oh, look at me. I'm standing here. Are you underestimating us? It's been 20 years. Fucking yawn. Whatever.
Just get to
Stop
right.
doing
Here's
your cool
the
pose.
main point is
Yeah,
you get to
yeah.
see Onigashima.
Oh,
and
yes,
it's a double,
finally.
Double page spread. This is really big in many ways.
Oh, it's good.
All right, I have to draw attention first to
Please.
the size of the ships and the bottom of the image compared to all of the stuff around it.
I thought it was way smaller. It took me a second time looking to notice. Oh, wow, that's actually it's a large place. Very
It's
small
a very,
ships.
very, yeah, but it's sort of strange later on. I'll explain. But,
Okay.
first of all, that is a big sword on the right there. That is a
That's a
gigantic
very
sword.
big sword.
Like, it's so big, but it's also sort of a bit too small for, like, the skull that this island is. If that
I was
if
thinking that
guy-
too.
Like, it's a little
Yeah.
bit too small for that guy, but it's, like, in between that and, like, a normal giant. Because if you look at the ships, like, how big is San Juan Wolf? Like, he's not... Could he lift that sword?
Oh,
I don't even know whether
get the
he could.
feeling he probably could not. I think it's too big for him. I think it would be
Like,
too
he
even
would-
though he's the biggest creature we've ever seen in One Piece, basically.
Yeah. So that it's sort of weird how, like, gigantic all of this stuff is. And I know, like, it's like...
Yeah.
He drew the ship so small to emphasize how big everything is. But I have to wonder how, like, actually big it is. I mean,
Well, far be
scale
it for
is
me.
never, like, completely
Yeah.
consistent.
That's true. And hey, far be it from me to undermine the theory fags at work. But it is possible that is simply a decorative sword thing there that has never been used for function. Although, I don't know, maybe they'll be fighting Kaido. Kaido will fucking, the battle will come here and he'll turn into big dragon mode and he'll grab the sword and it'll be like, oh my god, we should have seen this coming. There was a giant sword there all along and it's going to be used for something crazy.
I mean, Kaido's too small for that thing. He'd wrap around it.
But
Like,
what if he uses Devil Fruit Awakening in his dragon form and gets really big enough to use it? I don't know.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's just decorative, that is a sword, like, the size of, the Thousand Sunny is like a large ship. It's quite huge.
And that sword's way bigger. It's not even as long
like,
as the
next
blade.
to it is Jack's
wide.
ship. Kid.
Yeah.
Not Jack. Kid's ship.
Oh, yeah.
Which is bigger. And then there's that
Yep.
fox statue, which is like 6 times taller than that
Yep.
ship. And then way in the back, there's like things that are basically the size of giant mountains. And then behind all that is a sword that reaches like 3 times above the mountains. It's like,
Yeah.
who made that?
That's a great question, and maybe that will be. I'll say it. The one thing that makes me think that sword just will not be plot relevant, I'm willing to put my money down. The fact that there's that lantern hanging off of it makes me think that, that will be too complex for Oda to draw in some sort of battle scenario later.
no, I
or
feel-
could have ever been used. I'm not saying that you're saying that, but I was kind of speculating what could be the
I
purpose
think
of this thing.
that lantern is just
Yeah.
like, it's been there for thousands of years, so let's put a lantern
So they
on
hung
it.
a lantern on it? Sure.
Yeah, so it
sure.
could break off.
Hey,
I mean,
forget the
that
sword
umbrella is
though. That
gigantic.
umbrella on the left, that's a big umbrella, dude. That's really big.
Like the shaft of that umbrella is like thicker than some of those ships. You think about how like what that would look like if you looked up. You'd never see the sun again.
That's absolutely true. This is a very large place. I mean, Kaido's a big man. Kaido's a big boy, but not that big. He's like Big Mom size, and we saw Big Mom on the Sunny before.
Yeah, and she only like takes up most of like the grass area. And
If you look,
she's
actually,
huge.
for a sense of scale, if you look at that center little island there that like the sun is kind of headed towards, you can see a staircase there. Like a person would be like impossible to even register. You'd see like maybe a speck
Yeah.
on one of those stairs
Like one
or
of those
something.
one of those steps would be like 10 meters high each.
Yeah. So like Big Mom might look like a sizable blob on that stair,
Yeah.
but not even that big.
That's why it's weird, because I have an image. I have an image to show the comparison. That that it doesn't quite make sense, but we'll get to that.
Okay. Yeah, sure. That sounds good.
Yeah,
I just
so
wanted to say that I
basically-
think that the inspiration for this is just it's like a Japanese, possibly a Zen garden. They got all the
Yeah.
cool Japanese bridges. They got the I don't know if you know the significance, Gib,
Fucking
of
ogre
torii gates.
masks.
Yeah, that's very true. The torii gates that are on the staircase going up. I know a little thing about Japan. I know that like sacred areas are denoted by those kinds of torii gates at like Shinto shrines and stuff. And you're supposed to like walk through the gates. It's supposed to like represent like transitioning to the divine plane or something, or to like the
Yeah.
divine realm.
I
which
played
is pretty
Okami. I
cool.
know that.
Hey, I played Sekiro, so I know. All right, I'm an expert.
We Japanese
Anyway,
boys,
it looks
we
great.
really know
all
our
like this.
Japan.
Indeed, we do.
So
Anyway, it looks great. Really cool. Good,
yeah,
good
very
job,
very
Oda. I
good
like it.
design. I like that it's not just a scary, spooky place. It's actually kind of lovely and like a beautiful sort of garden area where like Kaido
Yep.
would be able to relax. Like, yeah, why would it be like fire and brimstone just because there's a giant skull? I want to have a nice place. I want to plant
Indeed.
flowers and have nice lanterns everywhere.
Although the one thing I'm
This is
curious
Kaido's
about,
Animal Crossing island. He's really been at work.
That's
making
true.
it really good.
What do you think about this though?
Oh, dude,
Like,
literally
big-
Animal Crossing Island because he's a beast pirates.
Oh, that's that damn true. What do you think about this though? Big Mom is queen of Totland, and there's like a lot of islands, and they're all like basically it's like the Big Mom zone, right? It's like Big Mom area. All her kids, like she dominates it. Like her smile or not smiles, the whatever those blobs that go around and collect the soul tax from everybody. That's all cool. But this place, I just want to point out, like this place is very Japan. But Kaido, presumably, is not from Wano. Basically, he's culturally appropriating this place, and that's deeply offensive to me. But beyond that, I'm just like, I'm wondering if Kaido, like, loves Japan, period, in a nutshell. This is literally Sakura-kan, and our boy said Sakura-kan ikimasu, and they came here. It's like, this place is...
Maybe
I don't
he just
know.
really
I was
likes
curious.
the sake they make in Japan. And he's like, I like
You know, well,
that.
that's definitely true, and maybe it's just the outside. Like inside, the place is more like rambunctious and like beast piratey. You can see like them
I don't
partying
know.
and having a
It
good
definitely
time.
feels like the bathhouse from Spirited Away because that's the only
Yeah,
Japanese
yeah.
interior I've ever seen.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, it's definitely like a big old Japanese-inspired area. I mean, I suppose it may have been here before Kaido got here. Like
That's my question.
He might have not decorated it quite as much.
I'm very curious. I want to know like the history, because this place feels like Wano, and like Kaido's just like temporarily resting here. Maybe Oda's going for a thing of like, like the Western like colonization of Japan, or like their attempts to like Commodore Perry or whatever coming in and forcing Japan to open. I don't know. I'm just curious to see where this goes and see what sort of stuff Oda's implying. Although we know that Kaido is considered the quote Governor General of the beast pirates or whatever. I was gonna say, I wonder if that's possibly like the same rank or like a reference to Commodore Perry. But okay, that guy's a Commodore. He's not a Governor General. I don't know. Anyway, I'll be thinking about all these things as we go forward. Very cool. Thank you, Oda.
Yeah.
Good job.
So in a window somewhere, I'm not sure where he's seeing that. It looks to be partying, and Kinemon's like, it looks like they're not expecting enemy attack. They're all still drinking and having fun. So they haven't heard
Which is
Kanjuro's
surprising.
report. I don't know
Yeah,
what
where the fuck is
Kanjuro
Kanjuro is the question. Yeah.
Maybe he fell in the water. Maybe Momonosuke bit his head
Epic.
off.
Maybe we'll get like a little flashback to like the arc, how Momonosuke turned out to be essential to the victory because he in some way like fought back against Kanjuro, so Kanjuro like couldn't deliver his report and maybe make some sort of cool sacrifice.
that would be
That'd
very
be cool. Yeah, I'd like
It
that. a
allows
lot.
things
I'd
to
like that a lot.
go at least somewhat swimmingly, at least for now.
Yeah,
It's definitely
yeah.
going to go nuts at some point.
No doubt.
So yeah. Usopp has this cool moment just here where like there are some lookouts, but they're also drinking. It's a happy fun time, and they're just sort of like, isn't that like a lot of ships? And then Sniper King shoots them with a sleeping powder attack from Pokemon.
Very cool. Very excellent sleep powder stun spore type maneuver, Usopp. And he's laughing about it. Usopp.
It's I don't know what it is about him, like with that face, but it's just sort of like the Sweeper and Hella Jeff, like he, sort of like they're asleep.
I told you about plants, bro. I told you, and there they go. Yes, Oda, Usopp, you've come a long way. You're actually capable of doing something useful. Excellent. Hey, here's a question. Why didn't Jinbei just steer the ship really hard, really left, really fast, and take care of these guys? Oh, I guess he's shit after all, guys. I guess he has no redeeming qualities. All right, there's my Jinbei joke for the day.
It'll always keep coming back.
Epic joke. I will never let it go. By the way, it was interesting to me to note that Sanji, I assume from the plans, they know, like, hey, by the way, Kaido's mansion is at the bottom of this place, so we've got to, like, infiltrate, and it's like an impel down situation. We've got to get to the depths of this place, and I wonder if that'll be plot relevant. We shall see. We shall see.
Yeah, so they're all getting, like, how are they going to not notice that there's, like a 15, 20 ships here? And then all the samurai are like doing like the edgy walk, because they know. They know. They're getting off the ships and they scupper the fucking ships. All the ships sink. And then Luffy's like, what? And then Kinemon's like, we will not return. We don't need to. We just get rid of the ships. That's what he said. Exactly that.
Exactly that. You know, at first, when I was reading this, I only thought, because you just said it, at first I was reading this, I thought that, like, they're doing the edgy, like, a samurai never retreats from battle, and if, like, a battle is lost, they literally kill themselves, so they're really going all in on this shit. Pretty cool. It's intense, very, very intimidating. This is another cool little Kinemon moment of looking like a real badass samurai guy. Kinemon, first introduced as a farting pair of legs attached to a dragon, has come a long way to be a pretty cool guy in One Piece. He's like the samurai guy who represents like all of samurai and Wano culture in One Piece right now, and it's pretty cool. But I didn't think of the secondary thing that, like, oh yeah, somebody probably would spot a fleet of ships, so it probably was a good idea to sink them so that they just not are noticed by the boys.
Yeah. And
incidentally, I know what below it, like, we got to sink the ships. What about the Sunny? What about the Sunny? And Frankie, of course, is like, no. That's we're not going to do that.
Yeah,
so Jinbei,
he's gonna go park it. He's the valet now.
He's gonna turn that wheel so hard and put the ship where it needs to be. It's gonna be great. And he also says, like, we should manage to hide some ships. I'm wondering if Oda's trying to have his cake and eat it too, have a cool samurai sunk all their ships moment, but maybe Jinbei will literally, like, go underwater and, like, rescue several of the ships and be like, no, we actually kind of need these later.
It's just that, like, Kid's ship is not sunk. Like, there's a number of ships that could possibly hide.
That's true.
You can't hide all of them.
There's no way they're going to sink Kid's ship, I would think.
I don't think he's going to, like, save one of the ones that has already been gone.
I just hope Oda doesn't do something later where it's like, whoa, thank goodness that, like, oh, we had to retreat. It's a good thing we saved, like, 10 ships or whatever. Because that would totally fly in the face of this cool moment of how the samurai sunk all their fucking ships. Just don't do that, Oda. That's all I'm saying. As long as you don't do that, I'm perfectly fine.
I feel like the only ships that might be is, like, Denjiro's ship, maybe, and Straw Hat's and Kid's ship.
Yeah.
So if
it's the big notable ships, that's fine. That's fine. Obviously, Kid wouldn't let that happen. Okay, anyway, they go to battle. Yes.
Yeah. But before that, this page, next to Brook's face, there's a panel. I'm gonna get a screenshot. I'm gonna put it in the chat so you can look at the things I'm highlighting.
Yes, please.
Just one sec.
I had noticed a little bit above about when we see the boys walking on the staircase.
Right. So. This is the Thousand Sunny circled on the right. That is about the same size, like the entire ship is about the same size as one of these, like, rungs on the bridge that they're walking across. But and if you notice a few panels later, there's a panel of the guys running across that same bridge, because there's no other bridge it could be. And they're about the same size as these rungs. So, like, the scale is completely off. Either they are individually as tall as the Thousand Sunny, or something is wrong.
I am trying to look if there could be some small bridge somewhere. I don't see where that could be. So I think you are correct.
It's just one of those like, you know, I get the wanting of making Kaido's place look gigantic, but if you scale up the ships, it's a little more like those steps you see in the big double page spread would make a lot more sense if the ships were like, I don't know, a lot bigger. So
yeah. I think Oda's cheating a little bit.
He's cheating a little bit.
He's doing it both ways.
Because this bridge, you know, I mean, it felt like that in the Flower Capital, where those bridges, seen from such a distance with such an arc,
they didn't make any sense.
They didn't
no
make
one
any
could
sense.
Use them.
Like nobody, to get on the bridge, you would need to walk like for 20 feet, a completely 90-degree incline. At the scale that would be, like, that's impossible. Mm-hmm. But, like, of course, it's just a normal bridge when you actually look at it. I guess it's kind of like...
It's a cartoony design, as One Piece is full of.
It's like a fucking, like a low poly model that swaps in for a higher poly thing when you get closer.
Yeah. Which is normal and understandable. I mean, you know, they're not making, like... you know, a realistic recreation of something. Like, I mean, frankly, I love stylization, and I am happy to accept that. As long as Oda doesn't put a scene of characters walking along those literally, like, vertical bridges in Wano at any point in the series, I am perfectly fine to suspend my disbelief for the sake of a cartoony and, like, outworldish design of something that's just more fun to look at from a distance. But... at moments like this, as you are pointing out, where they are in fact crossing the very bridge, and it's kind of fucking up all the scaling, that is not correct, and that is silly. Although, you know what? In that first panel you posted, it looks like on the left you can kind of see, like, the samurai walking, like, post the bridge. You can see them. I think the real problem is the Sunny. The Sunny just looks way too small. All the ships look way too small. Yeah. How silly of you.
I guess you just don't want to draw the whole ship. Or like it would diminish the epicness of this, like, bridge, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's pretty much... like, let's just say... so if we want to make this realistic, theoretically, all you have to fix is take the spread, like the big spread with all the ships, and make each ship 10 times the size, like 5 times the size, something like that.
Let me figure something. I'm gonna like scale up the Sunny in that one image that I sent you.
Okay.
I'm gonna see how big it would have to be for it to, like, make sense, because the Sunny is like, wow, this is a pixely mess.
It will be a mess. It is a very small image. Ooh, why are you criticizing Oda, Gabe? Do you hate One Piece? Do you hate Mango? Do you hate Japan? Is this a racism thing? I'm gonna go yes. I'm going hard yes.
You got me. So, like, I'm thinking of the size of the Thousand Sunny. And the size of these people. Luffy sits on the head of the Sunny, like, it's about that big.
He sure does, yep.
I'm
the Sunny's
dealing
pretty
with, like,
big, honestly.
1 or 2 pixels. Alright.
Right.
So, okay. Here's a rough estimate.
We'll have to put these images for your enjoyment, ladies and gentlemen. We'll put a link in the description,
So here's a rough estimate of how big it should actually be.
You think that big? I think that might be a little bit... actually, no, because Luffy sits on the head of the lion and is pretty fucking small compared to the size of the Sunny. So that's literally, like, more than 10 times the size, I would guess.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It is really funny, though. I
crazy dog. I mean, you know what? I'll give Oda a little bit of shit for goofing us, because we know that what he's trying to do is make Onigashima look epicer. And it already was very epic, so it wasn't necessarily needed. But that's okay. I forgive him. Ooh, no, wait, I got it. Oda is doing a literal gigantic galaxy brain maneuver, exactly like he's cribbing from my favorite movie of all time, Pooh's Grand Adventure. And in Pooh's Grand Adventure, they literally go to a place called Skull, which happens to look exactly fucking like Onigashima right now, except without the horns. And at the beginning, it looks gigantic and terrifying, and they get lost in this maze. And after Winnie the Pooh meets his best friend Christopher Robin, and he loses his fear of the unknown, as they leave Skull, Skull is like a way smaller, like, tiny pile of rocks, because it's about your fears and overcoming your fears. So when they leave and the ships are 20 times the size and the skull is 20 times smaller, maybe more, a fucking 1,000 times smaller, you're gonna know this man was referencing Pooh's Grand Adventure, and it was about fear, and it was about Winnie the Pooh. We've already got Garfield references. It's time for Winnie the Pooh references, etc., etc. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
So that's my hypothesis.
That's a pretty good one.
It's not bad. You're welcome, Oda. I saved you from rounds of badgering. In any case, oh my god! And on this fucking panel, we see a guy running who's now taller than the spokes. It's changing in real time. The size of this bridge is shrinking. Okay, so as they're walking over the bridge, somehow they're appearing on the other side with different clothes. What? Oh my goodness!
So this is Kinemon's power to make clothes out of rocks or whatever. And he's made a bridge, like a gate over the bridge, so it's giving every person the outfit of a Kaido soldier thing. Is this like Kinemon's awakening? Is this what that is?
Okay. We gotta calm it down, everybody, with all this awakening bullshit. He says it's my secret technique. Okay, now, up to this point, Kinemon has only been able to give people clothes. He'll like put a leaf on your head, and he'll like, it's like a Tanuki reference, and that will transform you into whatever it's called. It's the Fuku no Mi, more like the fuck you no Mi. And so he's been able to do like Tanuki technique with his Devil Fruit power, whatever. With this, it looks like he just doesn't need that, and he creates a gate and you walk through. And okay, throughout One Piece, for example, Hina is a great example. Hina is like I think she's a Commodore now, whatever. She was a pirate captain, like a friend of Smoker or whatever. And she had like the lock Devil Fruit or whatever, and she could like pass her arm through you, and it would make metal bars appear on you that would like lock you, whatever. It was fucking like the handcuffed Devil Fruit or something. But later on, we see her able to do shit where she like extends iron bars in front of her, more like a fucking, I don't know, like long distance Paramecia, sort of Logia-esque, and then she could like sweep those things and capture like everybody in there. So I think, and same with like Kanjuro, able to do like more advanced like ink attack techniques just through larger mastery of the Devil Fruit. I mean, let's not run to Awakening if we don't have to. I fucking hate you, Oda, for inventing Awakening. Now everyone has to call everything Awakening. You fucking betrayed me.
Imagine if Gear Second happened and we were like, oh shit, did Luffy awaken his rubber?
I mean, I'm just saying that's what you invite when you create something as insanely open-ended as Devil Fruit Awakening. And look, you could say that like all the speculation is retarded. Yes, I know. But that's what you have to deal with from like the community. As someone who reads One Piece, everything gets attributed to either Haki or Awakening now that those things exist. And you know what? Almost everything has been either Haki mostly or Awakening now that those have been introduced. And it's just annoying. We need mystery in our lives. Okay, in any case, this is like a level 2 power. It's a gate that if you walk through, it gives you new clothes. That's pretty cool, and I like it. And you know what I was saying before? We haven't seen Kinemon like use his power in a meaningful way like ever in a long ass time. But here it is, and I feel this will be at least a little plot relevant, and I like it a lot. So it's pretty cool.
I'm liking how this is starting off with you know, Usopp stealthily sleeping some lookouts, and then now they've got camouflage. It's gonna be a little bit of a stealth to begin with. And,
I think some
characters
people,
who can do things in
me.
stealth will have moments to shine, I hope.
Ooh, Robin could really, you know, shine in a moment like this, perhaps.
Before shit hits the fan, and then it's just brawling. There's got to be a few, you know, chapters of sneaking around.
I suspect maybe some people, and I feel a little bit of this. I'm like, ooh, can we please just get to the fighting already? I'm ready for like a big clash. Can we go? Let's fucking do it. But this is a nice development. I think it's kind of cool. So I'm willing to be a little patient and see where Oda goes with it. So we'll see. So there you go. It's called Keen's Grand Store. Epic. So they're going to infiltrate, and Kinemon is very clear. He's like, all right, guys, so go ahead and attack whenever you want, but let's try to use camouflage just so we can sneak the fuck in there and do crazy attacks and stuff. So Luffy's got a cool outfit. Nami does. Brook. The whole gang. Yeah. Looks awesome.
I was wondering about one thing, though. There are a lot of people here that do not know who each other are. There's a bunch of samurai. There's a bunch of minks. I mean, the minks are pretty obvious to spot. But in the heat of battle, how are you really supposed to know who's your ally and who's a Kaido soldier when you're all dressed the same?
You know, on the subject of since they've all been dressed the same, you are correct that there could definitely be some confusion about these sorts of things. I always wonder about that on like real battlefields, even because everyone's wearing like gray, fucking I don't know, khakis or what the fucking stuff. Not khaki. You know, like what am I saying? Not even camo. Greaves, but not greaves. That's fucking armor. I don't know.
Trousers.
Everyone's dressed similarly. I don't know. I guess in the old days, you'd look for the guys. Well, I don't know. And fucking like the English were fighting the French or whatever.
They'd have different flags.
I mean, sure, the language is different.
Stuff.
I guess they had different styles.
Different styles of armor, different colors.
This is why we just need to go race war. Race war is easy. That one I can do. Let's just stick with that as much as possible. But while they're wearing different clothes, look, yes, that could happen in real life. You know that's not going to happen because this is One Piece. And
there could be a funny moment, because like
a funny moment, sure, that's possible. That's
like, wait a minute, like I think it could be a funny moment in favor of the good guys, where the Kaido's people are like, oh, they're wearing our outfits. Hey, you're a fucking spy. No, I'm not. And then they start fighting each other.
You know, you and I have talked much about how the Beast Pirates overall have been very underwhelming and really stupid, like across the board. So to do a big comedic like capstone to that entire arc of how stupid they are with something like this could be an epic lull, and I hope Oda goes for it. That would be good. If that's what comes of this, no one will be more excited than I am for for that kind of piece of shit. Like the legendary Naruto using male sexy no jutsu on the final female boss, and it was a legendary capstone to that entire joke throughout all of Naruto. Do it, Oda. Please do it.
So, now we cut over to the Kaido's troops. We see Queen doing his big old rumpa-pumpa jumping.
God, I love Queen. He's the only good pirate in the Beast Pirates. He's so sick. I love him.
He's got a Scratch Manapoo on the DJ scratching.
Right where he belongs. Right where he belongs. How nice.
And we got like people playing the flute. It's a very strange combo. I'm sure it'll sound hilarious.
It's cool. It's interesting, and also, what was I gonna say? Oh, I like that they've got like that thing they do in Asia of like the dragons thing. They've got like a big dragon fighting like a Hydra, which is clearly like an Orochi Kaido thing. But in this case, they're not bad guys. It's them. We like these guys.
They're just
Yay.
moving around. They're twirling around, probably.
Sick. Excellent.
And then funk. Oh, such a big, powerful funk.
Another big double spread. Ooh, that's good.
I really like the design of this. Like I was saying, it reminds me of the bathhouse from Spirited Away. Something about the shines. So I was just like, it's such an inviting, fun place. I sure hope the banquet takes place here.
This is the coolest moment, like, that the Beast Pirates have had, like, thus far in, like, the entire series, as far as I'm concerned. Like, I've been waiting for big spreads of, like all the Big Mom pirates marching out to, like, kill Luffy all together, or something like this. The only problem is, in this big, it's not quite a double page, it's like a page and a quarter or something. You've got Queen up there, who is awesome. But then he just gestures to, like, all these groups that, like, we don't care about. And definitely just are fodder that won't do anything. So, I mean, Queen looks great. Love him. He's, like, the best beast pirate. He's so cool. I can't wait to see him do more stuff. He's got tons of personality. He loves being fat as hell, and I love him for it. And if I was thin, I'd be too sexy. God damn, I fucking love that Chad. Oh my god, we've got the waiters, and I'm very glad that Oda, like, clarifies again what these groups are, because I do not remember. Yeah. The waiters, they're waiting on a smile. The pleasures, they fucking lost the gamble, and they're just laughing boys. They don't not smile anymore. The gifters, they got powers. And then we're introduced to the Shinuchi, who are the elite gifters. Okay,
so
I guess that's a new
the strongest ones. Is that guy on the left someone we know?
Hold'em? Does that look like Hold'em to you a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit, but I don't know. I think he doesn't have
there's the
arms.
closest resemble to Hold'em. Yeah, Hold'em, he had a lion in his stomach, and this guy does not appear to have one.
Someone else.
Similar face, but yeah. So they look cool. I hope they get to do some cool stuff. The problem is none of these guys have personality. Okay, but finally it's time. Hey, chapter name, introducing the Toby Roppo, right? Yeah, Flying Six. He calls them out. They just don't answer.
Listens for them. They don't say a thing.
How dare they not vibe with Queen? Oh, I hate them so much. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Queen's the only good person here. Everyone else is a piece of shit.
So he says, let's ignore those guys, lol, lame. And now now you monsters, the numbers. And then we get some ha-cha-cha, go-ki-ki-ki, and kun. So, those are obviously, I don't know which animals, but they're like animal, calls. I think Gokukiki is maybe a monkey.
Monkey? I was thinking the same. Yeah.
And Kunyunyun is like a fox, maybe.
You think so? Okay. That strikes me as something that like a Japanese person who knows these weird like onomatopoeias they have in Japan might be able to decipher some things from. So if
I've heard like Kyun as like a fox SFX been said somewhere before.
Sure. I believe it.
Yeah, so that's like getting a bit of like hints as to what these things are, I think.
And noticeably, obviously we need hints because Oda again chooses to not reveal them as he's like revealing all these other guys. So I think he's still saving that for another big double panel spread where they're revealed next chapter, couple of chapters away.
I think they just might explode onto a scene at some point.
I hope so. Sooner the better. Well, by the way, I don't know if you noticed this, but or I have reflected on this. You know that Queen and Scratch from Napu have the same hairstyle. I wonder if they bond over that and they share grooming tips. They both got that weird braid and like the bunches of stuff.
Gee, I wonder where's
I bet they're best friends.
Scratch from Napu's from the fucked up arm tribe land.
Long arm, yep, that's true. I think most of his crew is too, if I remember correctly, if not all.
Isn't that like a hairstyle in that location? Are there more people?
Well,
wasn't Brooks' agent had a similar sort of hairstyle to that?
His kidnappers and then agent, yes, that's true. They were also long arms, and they're kind of like Chinese coded, basically. They've worn those like Chinese robes and stuff. So it might be just like a Chinese hairstyle or something. I'm not sure.
Where did Queen get it? Maybe he's been there before. Don't know.
The Beast Pirates love to culturally appropriate, so maybe that's his MO. I don't know. And then they just leave, like a dirty bomb. They drop a nuke as they leave, because that's how they roll. Pretty cool. Pretty sick. All right, so rolling on. Past the numbers. He says, here's the Obi-Waban, all the ninja guys. We don't see them because we're familiar with those.
What does he say? He says the Orochi crew, the Samurai Patrol. Yeah.
Yep.
The Obi-Waban, so that's the ninjas, you say?
Yep, I believe so.
The Big Mom's children.
Yes, of course. So they're apparently there with them. We don't like get anything. I think very intentionally Oda doesn't like show them all revealed or anything. But it sounds like that whole crew we saw, they're finally fucking here. And they're partying down with the boys. So that's going to be an issue for our troops. Yeah. Whoopsie daisy.
And then there's Orochi like chuckling away. Haha, this is
you know what?
Party.
I'm sorry. Yep, he's chuckling. He's got a bunch of girls around. I just wanted to mention one thing about that. This might have been from another translation as I was looking around, but I saw a panel where Kinemon says that we are outnumbered 5-1. So, stealth was a good idea, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera.
He does say
I
that
wonder if that accounts. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, I'm not sure. But I know I saw it somewhere, and assuming that's true, I think up to this point, we didn't actually know, like, what the numbers were for, like, the forces. We thought,
I feel like we did know, because they've been talking about like how many samurai they have, and then compared to Kaido's like certain amount.
Well, my recollection is that all the focus and all the discussion has been about like how many samurai we do have, and I felt like maybe I missed something. I felt like I was waiting to hear like a comparison. Okay, we need 50,000 troops because they have 50,000.
I definitely remember like hearing that we have. Like, only so much, and Kaido's forces number this much, or Orochi's forces number this much. We will be at a disadvantage, but we have to fight anyway. That was, like, part of the discussion, is that even though they're outnumbered, they still have to fight, because it's the only chance they have.
That may be true. Here's the thing, though. Sure, this is a Yonko crew, so it's a little bit different than normal, but this crew is definitely full of fodder. One Piece is a series where a system has literally been implemented into the series such that numbers don't matter. It's called Conqueror's Hockey. All that matters is, like, the strong-willed people. So they've made it a thing where the fucking fodder don't need to fight. Just have Kaido and Luffy literally step out in front, both use Conqueror's Hockey on each other. Everyone else will pass out, except, like, the main crew, the ones we care about anyway, and just let them fight. And, there's no need for all this shit. You already know we're not going to focus on like the nitty gritty of like the individual fodder fights.
We're not going to focus on them, but I think having that as a background thing, there's definitely I see in the near future with my future sight. I see these
You've got
fodder
observation
groups,
hockey, and you're using it
Yeah.
right now.
I feel like these smaller groups that are going to be doing not the biggest battles, but they're going to be working towards some more helpful goals, like if you
Like
remember,
Frankie family during Ennie's lobby raid?
Ennie's lobby, the Frankie family, they were doing fodder stuff. They weren't the strongest guys. The Frankie sisters, what were they, the square heads?
Yep.
They opened the gate, like that was a really big cool thing that they did.
That's true.
And let's not forget that there are people in Onigashima somewhere, like slaves. Like there's people who could be rescued and brought onto the team. So that's another direction to go. So there's lots of little things that could be happening with these groups. So it's not just going to be like, get the fuck rid of them.
Remember that time? Remember that time Luffy made 50,000 people pass out at one time? Remember that? I remember that.
They were just really weak. They were just really stupid.
I mean, those guys were like literally like enslaved mostly by the fishmen as pirates to just like do what they tell them. They weren't really enthused about the particular quest. So fair enough. This is a Yonko crew. Times have changed a little bit at least. So okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Anyway.
But in any case, the reason I brought that up was I was just wondering if this notion of it's 1 to 5, our troops versus them, if they really expect to be stronger, like one man can defeat 5. For each man that goes down, like they can be 5 or whatever. And also, are they calculating for Big Mom's entire fucking crew also being here? And will that kind of fuck up their calculations? Because, I mean, how many men do you think one of Big Mom's, like executives, of which she has like 40, account for? My guess would be thousands, if not much else. So I'm just wondering.
I don't think they came in on that many ships, did they? Just one?
Well, at the very least, we saw Big Mom and her crew come in. But my point is, like, we saw a lot of her family. Like, Mondor was there. I think the Butter Girl was there. Like, tons of them. We saw the puffy ass girl who made me go full MGTOW. What was her name? Flampe. We saw like a lot of them on. We did not see Katakuri. I believe Smoothie was there. Yep, I think Oven was there, etc. So those guys are really strong. And I'm just saying, I feel like the presence of them really fucks with the calculations in terms of men. So I wonder if things will go as expected. Oh, and as we were saying before, the arrival of the Whitebeard boys with Marco, which is probably going to happen during this battle at some point. Maybe the Fishmen pirates will show up too. I mean, I hope not, but maybe. Who knows? Maybe that could tip the scales a little bit. All right, anyway, enough of that shit. Let's talk about the next group we see here. So we see a cute girl with a mask.
The Flying Six. So yeah, there's some chatting going along. This girl, she likes
personality.
She likes saying it how it is. She likes saying, "Fuck these people. I hate Queen."
She's a real gun girl, if you will.
Yes.
She don't take no shit.
Yeah. So initially, I didn't have much of a sense of who was talking because the speech bubbles sort of point in some random directions with the silhouettes. But then we get introduced to them, and here they are in the double-page spread. They're just sort of arguing about things. Uruti, she's the one who, it's talking smack about everybody. It's Page 1, who we've seen before.
Corona eyes.
Oh Corona masks. So is Page 1.
Oh yeah, it's the Corona. Everyone, well, at least those two have Corona masks. Everyone else is being very silly.
Is doing? He got the memo wrong. He's doing the opposite of the Corona mask.
Yeah. Gotta cover my head, right?
Turned it upside down. Also, some people in the Pod D Discord said this is definitely Gin.
No, because
he's got lips. You see,
people.
You see, he has lips
because he has lips, and I think that guy may have. Did we see him smoke? I don't think we saw him smoke.
He probably was.
No,
he was
don't
inspired by
be stupid.
Sanji, his savior, and he started smoking.
Oh right, wait. He fought Chopper though. Was he? He wasn't saved by Sanji. He was saved by the Alabasta guys, who was I believe the uncle of what's his name, Koza, who was the leader of the rebellion. Remember that guy? Remember that cover arc? I remember that cover arc. It was fine. Anyway, it's not fucking Geen. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid.
Oh, but what if it is?
Also, this guy doesn't even have wings. He doesn't even have wings. That man has wings. He's a Skypean. God damn it.
Wait, who? Wait, who are you thinking of?
Wait. Aren't who'd you say? Gin? Isn't that...
Gin, like the guy that Sanji
I'm
gave
thinking
food
of the
to.
wrong guy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking of a way better alternative than even Gin. Obviously, it's not Gin. Gin doesn't even have big lips like this. It's not Gin. Don't be stupid.
He does.
I was thinking of... Whatever. Maybe he does. I was thinking of that guy. Remember that guy who would bite his lower lip really intensely in Skypiea, one of the 4 priests, and would cross his arms in this weird autistic way, and fought Chopper on Skypiea. Remember that guy who went to Alabasta, had his own cover arc when he fell from the sky?
I don't remember the cover arc, but yes, I know that guy.
He bonded with the uncle, as I said before, Koz's uncle, the guy who led the rebellion, his uncle, and they made hot springs in Alabasta, and they dug all over the place and had a great time with a robot mole. That was fun. Okay, it's not Gin.
He does have lips, though. Look at those lips.
It's no one. He does have lips, so you know what? Maybe we're both wrong. Maybe he's both guys. Maybe Gin was that guy, and that guy is this guy, and they're all the same guy. That's also possible. His name's Who's Who. Isn't that interesting?
Who's who? Like, who's Gin? Who could it be? It's Gin, you know? Like, that's probably what it is.
Right, that's who it is. So one Who is Gin, the other Who is... What was that fucking guy's name? I'm going to look it up. Anyway, keep going. Who are the other guys?
The other guy, the next person is Black Maria, who looks to be a giant lady, because she's in the background, just sitting down to be on eye level with everyone.
Indeed.
She's got a big smoke on a pipe. And she's got katanas in her hair, which is very cool.
That is very cool. That guy's name was Gedatsu. I forgot his name. It was Gedatsu the priest. Okay.
Yeah. We got X Drake. There he is.
Oh, no, give, please. Isn't it, don't you know, that while his name is written with an X, it is in fact it symbolizes the number 10 and is pronounced with the Spanish pronunciation of the word 10. His name is Diez Drake. How was that not clear? How was that not clear instantly just looking at his name?
DS?
Yeah,
I mean, I've been saying DS Drake just because I hear people say it. It's like,
I only say that, I'm sure you know it, to mock the retarded naming convention that Oda choose to use for this. But I forgive you, Oda. It's so ridiculous, I kind of like it.
Okay, well, cool. And then we got Sasaki, who is a big fish.
He does look like a fish man, as far as I can tell. May or may not be confirmed, but we'll see. I like his hat.
So,
there it is.
He's pretty cool. Pretty cool looking. They've got, 2 of them got like big long hair, like Super Saiyan 3.
Yep.
Yeah, there's, we don't get to see much. It seems to be that they didn't call their name when, a queen said Flying Six, because they're so powerful, they're so epic that they don't usually get called together for some of the stupid shit. To be here and not to be needed for combat is just sort of like, it's a waste of time. And Uruti is like, isn't this like a family thing? Isn't this like a, a family matter? It's kind of a fucking retard. Is he dumb? And then everyone's like, oh, everyone's can't say that. Oh,
Nani?
You can't just say that.
Nani? Yeah, everyone's a little concerned about this talking smack that Uruti's doing. I refuse to believe that Kaido has not split her wide open with his monster cock at just to teach her manners, for such things. Why is she still so uppity? Maybe she's a new recruit. Maybe that's why.
I like her.
We'll see.
I hope to see comedy moments where she says the exact wrong thing in front of Big Mom and starts a food fight, stuff like that. Also, I really like the way page 1 is sitting. It goes with his like emo hair.
Oh, let's address that. So page 1 has shown up before, as is D.A. Drake, of course. D.A. Drake is, he's actually a Marine. He's being a secret covert agent infiltrating the fucking Beast Pirate. So we may see him like join our crew or fucking betray. He'll Jinbei join. D.A. Drake's just gonna join. Black Maria will probably join. Everyone's gonna join. Maybe he'll like come around and help our squad. Who knows? But page 1 was with D.A. Drake when they went to find like the soba shop owner that was Sanji in disguise. Sanji put on his raid suit. So out of interest, I went back. I did this right before we started recording, so I didn't read the manga pages, but I did watch the anime clip of Sanji fighting page 1. Oh, and by the way, I was going to say that the Wano anime is absolutely gorgeous, so I really want to see... I loved what Flower Capital looks like in the anime. It looks unbelievably beautiful, and I really want to see what Onigashima looks like in the anime once they get there. It's going to be epic. But we saw Page One, and Page One's like appearance and demeanor is very different from what we're seeing right now, where he seems very shy and reserved. Page One was very brash, as like I think it was a Stegosaurus, if I remember correctly, as his smile or devil fruit or whatever. So I wonder if they're doing like he's got also like black and white dichotomy going on in his costume. I wonder if they're doing a thing where his human personality is very like demure and I don't know, self-conscious, but his like dino form is very bombastic and like in your face, because that's certainly how he seemed before. But on the last episode, I believe I said that like Page One was a bit of a pussy bitch, and I was not impressed by him. I went back and I watched that fight again. Again, it was that kind of typical beast pirate. Maybe it's like a Zoan thing. I don't know. Where like Sanji fought Page One man to man in this raid suit, and Sanji definitely got the upper hand of Page One in that confrontation, but he just like escaped. But Page One did not seem like defeated. He just seemed like temporarily overpowered so that Sanji could get away. Okay, so maybe it was a bit of an exaggeration to say that Page One was fodderized, but he was at the very least styled on by Sanji in a pretty big way. And again, it just goes to reinforce that none of these guys have done anything impressive in the history of One Piece, and we need that bad. So once again, as I do every episode, I'm just calling for you, Oda, to do impressive things. The only beast pirate who I am impressed by, okay, there's Kaido. Yes, Kaido's impressive. He killed Luffy in one shot. It was cool.
Queen.
Is Queen. Only Queen has done anything cool, and maybe King that one time. Maybe King when he hit that ship a little bit. But it was Queen. Queen's fucking head bomb
Big Mom
was
out.
so fucking awesome. That was so sick, and I loved every second of it. And his neck was so thick and juicy. God, Queen's the only good beast pirate. God, he's fucking cool.
Yeah,
but we need more.
It's funny because like all of these characters, like the Straw Hats, they might have like a tough time with them, but they're not gonna. Yeah. I don't think any of the Straw Hats, if they have confrontations with these guys, they're gonna lose. I think it's going to be potentially like a long, drawn out, but eventually a victory.
We already saw Sanji. I'm 100% convinced Sanji could defeat Page One without great difficulty. That's really how it looked in that fight. Maybe Page One he hadn't activated his awakening yet. He hadn't, really powered up his full...
He put his alarm on snooze.
He was using 10% of his full power. I mean, maybe that's true, and something's going to change. But I'm just saying, I don't know what that is, and I need it, so please, Oda. As for the rest of these guys, I like Uruti. She's real cute. I want to see what she can do. Hopefully she's cocky for a reason. Now, Black Maria is a very large bitch. I wonder what she's going to be. I don't know, but I like her a lot. She's very attractive and cool. DS Drake has never done anything cool outside of get jobbed by Kizaru that one time, so, please do something. Sasaki, he could be cool. Big fish man. I assume he's strong. We'll see. But the thing about who's who, now, Gib, I don't know if you noticed. Who's who is holding a sword. He has a sword. Could this be the man who's gonna sword fight Zoro? This is every neuron of my brain is firing all at once to analyze the possibility of Zoro actually getting the swordman duel that he needs to be redeemed and survive as a character in this arc. Maybe this is it. Maybe it's who's who.
Maybe he's holding on to it. Maybe he's holding on to it for someone else.
He's just holding it for Black Maria. Oh, she's got two swords in her hair, and she used the other one in her mouth. She's a Santoryu user. It's gonna be great.
But for her, the sword is like the size of a chopstick. It's like a little, like a tiny little pen, like a pencil.
Please, Oda. I was just reflecting before recording this. I was just thinking, what if Zoro doesn't get the epic samurai duel that he so massively needs and deserves this arc? I was just entertaining the possibility. My, the feeling about this series as a whole will drop significantly if that does not happen during this battle. Now, it probably will, but what if it doesn't? Could Oda possibly fuck up that bad? I don't know.
Oh, well, if it doesn't, let's just entertain this for a second.
Sure.
The two fights we know Zoro is going to have is against the Blackbeard, Shiryu.
Shiryu, yeah. Yep.
And then potentially
Mihawk?
Mihawk.
You would think, eventually, yeah. He's got to do that. He has to. That is literally not optional.
So
he
those are
has
like-
to finish One Piece by becoming the greatest swordsman in the world, which is
Yeah.
only done by defeating Mihawk. And I don't want to see no shit where somebody kills Mihawk and Mihawk passes on the title, like as some like hack devil fruit user, like snipes fucking Mihawk and kills him when he had his dick out or whatever. Fucking Perona for the 10th time that day. No, that can't happen. That can't happen.
No.
He has to defeat him.
I mean, it's so unlikely that Zoro does not use the sword that he just got a new power for, like the Enma.
But that sword is plot relevant. It could theoretically just be used for plot relevant things. It's potentially possible. Like to hurt Kaido.
Oh, to slash Kaido.
Like, theoretically, because I've heard a bunch of people saying that like it's going to be like a Zoro-Kaido battle because, you know, the sword is plot relevant. It's the only thing that's hurt Kaido before it's, you know, in Zoro's possession now. Momonosuke has the other sword. Like, maybe Zoro's real role will be fighting Kaido, and there won't be time to, like, give him another, you know, like, samurai duel against some other
I
appropriately
feel
leveled
like
samurai.
when it comes to Kaido, if it actually comes to the point where they're going to kill Kaido with all the strength of everyone combined, it's not going to be a one-on-one fight. It's going to be, you know, everybody involved will do their bit, and then Zoro will, like, maybe do the penultimate or the ultimate slash that takes him down.
He sticks the sword in, and Luffy punches the sword, so it goes all the way through, or something.
Something like that.
Goofy.
And prior to that, he could definitely have an entire fight. Like, I feel like the most epic way would be for Zoro to be, like, so tired from whatever fight he had, but still powerful enough to withstand, like, the shockwave that Enma gives him, and then does the Kaido thing, and he's, like, bleeding and everything.
Sure.
It's like, that's when you do, like, the final thing, is when you're already beat up, but you're still standing, and everyone's like, whoa, how is he still standing? That's what's gonna happen. That's what I want.
That is exactly the right way to do it. No doubt about it. No doubt. So please just do that. Oh, and let's talk about the other thing. Okay, the other thing is, as I was saying, this Flying Six has really not done anything impressive yet. And
they've
their
just
headline,
been introduced, but yeah.
Well, I mean, page one already had a fight that he jobbed to a little bit, not fully. I'm exaggerating a little bit. D.S. Drake has never done anything cool. We've known him for a long time. He has not seemed that strong. And let's not also ignore this, that right above this, there's a little line. I don't know why Oda chose to write it this way, where, like, Who's Who says, if Queen were to die suddenly, who would be up next? And clearly they're like, oh, fuck Queen. Like, maybe we'll kill Queen and be, like, the next guys, because we're, like, the next guys down or whatever. And Black Mirror says, wouldn't it be you, right? And Drake says, nah, I'm not interested. Whoa. D.A.S. Drake has been a member of this crew for, like, he's, like, 2 years at most. And he was like a former Marine. First of all, why would you trust this guy? Okay, whatever. Beyond that, though, why the fuck is he next in line to become an all-star if, like, Queen were to die or whatever? In what fucking world would the new recruit like that be like the... Is he that much stronger? Is he so powerful? Why isn't Hawkins one of this group? Is D.A. Drake so much stronger than Hawkins? I'm confused. I'm very confused as to how
I don't know.
It got to this place.
We've seen Hawkins fight. But yeah, we haven't really seen Drake do like a proper fight, have we? We've seen him transform.
He just jobbed to Kizaru one time. That's all we saw.
Well,
and that was a
to Kizaru, but that was like 2 years ago in canon.
Correct. And Luffy grew a lot in 2 years. I mean, that's true. But I mean, D.A. Drake, but right before the time skip, the last thing we saw him do was like fight some Kaido fodder because he wanted to get like Kaido's attention, and clearly it was in order to join, you know, this crew or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's all fine. That's all fine. Well, I just don't know. I just don't know what to expect.
I mean, it could be that Lady Maria is like, maybe she is letting on that she sort of knows that, haha, you have infiltrated the group. Wouldn't you want to be like the, you know, new queen? And he's like, shut up. Like she's like, there's potential there for some espionage know-how. Most likely, it is just saying that D.S. Drake is the strongest of these six.
Yeah, certainly possible. Certainly possible. And the point I was getting to with that was, okay, yes, maybe these guys are all stronger than it seemed like so far. Page one, it kind of doesn't seem like it, but okay, maybe that's true. Maybe there was something going on. Who knows? If Who's Who is the swordsman that, like, Zoro will fight in this legendary duel, we just want to make sure that they're appropriately, like, power leveled, right? And this is, like, I guess these guys are right below. I'm assuming these guys are the dudes who are right below the All-Stars, which are Jack, King, and Queen. So if that's true, I just want to see what they can do and be impressed. I don't know. I say this every fucking time. We need build up. We need intimidation factor. We need we need Who's Who to like kill Kinemon or something, and then Zoro is like, "Whoa, you beat Kinemon? Okay, now I know that you're not just fodder. Like I can fight you, and it'll be like an even battle or something." That's the sort of thing we need to satisfy my autism as a shonen fan and whatnot. The rest of these guys, I don't know. They could do anything. Could be all kinds of good stuff. And I like their designs overall. We just need
noticed
more.
Every single one of them has a double pair of horns, except DS Drake, who just has the spiky hair.
Indeed. He doesn't have horns, and it really bothers me. You could maybe say he has, like, one horn of his hair in the center, which is, kinda.
It looks like everyone has horns on their hat, but, like, Black Maria has horns, like, coming out of her skull. Like, they're actually real.
It could be, like, theoretically, she could be wearing, like, a hairpiece. It could be a style thing. Like,
no. Look at the shocked face, like that bit near, like
yeah.
It looks like it just goes into her head, like it does not.
I mean, I agree. I just think it's theoretically possible that it's.
But
I don't know.
She's
like,
a
why?
fucking demon lady. That's cool.
I feel like if we looked back at a lot of the pirates. And like the beast pirates or whatever, like a lot of them would kind of look like their horns like go right into their head. But like, what are the odds that like the whole crew is full of people who like are not human and are some sort of like demon group that have horns? I feel like it's like a style that they've all started doing or whatever.
It's probably a style, but like, I feel just for the fact that she's bigger than the others, she's got strange eyes and she's got like horns that look like they're real.
Strange eyes, they're normal eyes.
Yeah, I guess then. Well, I don't know.
Actually,
the other people,
I hate
they
my
all have
theory
the
friends.
same eyes. Actually, they got like.
I'm working on my
circle.
soy boy theory right now for why like every member of the Beast Pirate is not human. They are a separate demon race. Oh my god! Because remember how Kaido was not the strongest human; he was the strongest creature. That's not about being a dragon. It's not about being a human. It's about being a demon, and his whole crew is demons. As you can see with all these horns. The whole crew.
All of these could be
I'm just
explained
saying.
with hats, except hers potentially could be.
Hers could too, goddammit. Bitches know about makeup, and Black Maria could be using some impressive visual effects makeup to make those look like real horns when they're not real horns, they're fake horns. Are Uruti's horns real? I mean, those could also be like a hairpin or something more easily, but I'm just saying, don't get your hopes up for real horns, people. They could literally be a graft. I mean, these people fuck with DNA. Okay, maybe not them. The Vinsmokes did. These guys fuck with smile devil fruits that fuck with your physical body and stuff. I don't know. Could be all kinds of things. I don't know. That's all I got to say. We'll see. This is a bit of a thin chapter, so forgive us for the ongoing speculation about all kinds of bullshit that will be revealed
It's
soon.
cool to see these guys. But there's not much to go off of except for mostly Uruti being. I'm trying to think of the word to describe, like blunt. That's the word. She's blunt.
Yeah, sure.
She's got
autism.
Tourette's.
Yes.
Can't help it.
She ate the Tourette's fruit, and she just can't stop talking shit. Well, there you go. There's the Flying Six, the Toby Ropo. Now, I'll just say again, Drake is, we know him. He's like a T-Rex. Page 1 is a Stegosaurus, I believe. Neither of those can fly. Why are they called the Flying Six? I have a feeling that we will find out, and that will maybe be plot relevant. Maybe they all know, like, Soru or whatever, so they all use that kind of thing.
I mean, we've got King, Queen, and Jack, and we've got the numbers. I feel like these might be a card thing, like the Flying Six is the name of a
oh my
type
god,
of
you
hand.
might be fucking right. Because I forgot, Black Maria, Who's Who, Page 1. I looked up, those three are all card games, looked up beforehand. I couldn't find anything about Uruti or Sasaki, and DS Drake. I thought maybe this was all a long con. Like, why is Drake's name so weird? Maybe there's like a card game called like X Drake or DS Drake or something. I looked around, I couldn't find any evidence of that. So, was not a 10,000 IQ maneuver. As far as I can tell, let me know if I'm wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Oh shit, what was I about to look up? I was going to look up something.
Card game.
Oh, Flying, that's right. Flying 6 card game. Oh my god, I'm getting autocompletes. There is something called 66.
66
nothing comes up
pickup.
immediately. Let me try Toby Ropo. Toby Ropo card game. Nothing comes up immediately. Oh my god. The reason why they think that that guy is Gene. Or Gene or whatever. Gin Rummy, maybe you've heard of it. Gin, Gin Rummy. That's literally
Rummy.
a
That's
card game, bro. Guys, don't be stupid. Don't be
Rummy's
stupid.
a good card game. It's probably my favorite.
I don't know how to play. My grandpa used to play it a lot, and then he fucking died. Epic. Just like Ace.
Just like him to do that.
Grandpa, rest in peace. He was a good guy. Anyway, I was going to say one last thing about... Oh, yes. I did a little research, ladies and gentlemen. I thought you might be interested to know that... I meant to say this at the beginning of the episode. Doesn't matter. Just for fun, I was reading the recent SBSs of Volume 96, and there was a little bit of information that just confirms some things that we'd all been speculating about for a long time. So just so you can hear from the word of God, Oda himself, somebody asked in the Volume 96 SBS something about, hey, Oda, there was a lot of fucking names of Shimotsuki like going on in Wano. There was Shatsuki or Shimotsuki, Yasue, Ryuma, Kozaburo, Ushimaru. I forget who some of those people are. And Zoro grew up in Shimotsuki Village in East Blue. What's the deal with that? Also, Zoro's teacher is Koshiro Shimotsuki as well, I believe. And he learned that term Sunachi or whatever was from them. What's the deal? And so Oda just clarified. It's like, oh, yes, you picked it up. Here's exactly what the connection was. There was a guy, Shimotsuki Kozaburo. He was a swordsmith and a swordsman. This guy made the Enma. So, yes, the one that Oda used, that Zoro now has. He made the Enma, and then 55 years ago, he went to sea. He and the Samurai of Wano were together. They had a big adventure, and they ended up in East Blue. They fought a bunch of bandits there, and the villagers were way into that shit, and so they settled down there. They started a village, Shimotsuki Village, and there they taught the villagers fucking swordsmanship and whatnot. And in that place, his son, Koshiro, is born, and his daughter, Kuina, was also born there. So now we know, beyond the shadow of a doubt, that yes, specifically, the Zoro's teacher's father was from Wano, went to East Blue, founded a village there, whatever. He had a son, and then that son had Kuina or whatever. And so that's the whole connection there. And basically, and he also says at the end, he's like, what could that mean about Zoro's lineage? Well, the story of Shimotsuki Kozaburo, the samurai who founded Shimotsuki Village, is all I'm willing to share today. So he puts an intentionally cryptic line in the SBS about Zoro's lineage, which could just mean that, like, yes, Zoro was taught, swordplay by, the descendants of Wano. So, like, he's literally like the, like some white nibba in America, like learning karate and getting way into that shit and wearing fucking kimonos every day, carrying around the samurai. He's literally the light rail avenger, but he honors the swords and the swords of his great senseis. But the fact that he put this line about, could that mean Zoro's lineage? Is it maybe implying that Zoro is, like, biologically connected? If so, that would mean that because, like, more than just Shimotsuki came from Wano to that village.
Yeah,
so
a
Zoro
bunch of
could,
them.
in fact, be, like a descendant of, like, one of the other samurai from there. Would that be very plot relevant? I don't think it's going to be, but it could be just fun flavor and stuff.
It'd just be like some guy who made a boy, and then
I'm just going to
they
guess,
died.
because Zoro has weird green hair, and yes, it's true that lots of Wano people have weird hair colors, so this doesn't necessarily prove anything. I'm just going to guess that one of Zoro's parents, like, was Wano descended or whatever, and the other one was East Blue descended. That's a total guess. There's zero evidence for that, but I'm throwing it out there as maybe that's true, and wouldn't that be kind of cool for a little personal connection to Wano in his bloodline? Wouldn't that be fun? But who knows? Who can say?
I looked up the Flying Six on the Wikia. It says the Flying Six are named after a form of dramatic exit in kabuki theater.
Oh,
So,
okay.
which involves exaggerated movements of the performer's hands and feet towards north, west, south, east, as well as up and down. So 6 directions. Funny dramatic exit. So that probably will
Okay.
come into some sort of play.
Possibly. Well, in any case, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that was a connection there. So we're doing the like Japanese theming as opposed to the flying card or the playing cards for this particular one.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. I like it. You're a fucking weeb, Kaido. You gotta cut that shit out. You gotta cut that shit out. Ooh, it's like when Kublai Khan when he went to conquer China. And in order to conquer China, he chose a more diplomatic approach. So he absorbed. Actually, he's called a governor general. I wonder what the title of like the Khans of the Mongolian hordes, which Kaido does look a lot like what they were called. And so he's like colonizing one of these Asian countries. It was China for Kublai Khan. For him, it's Wano, Japan kind of place. Maybe there's a connection there. I don't know. Anyway, it's very cool, and I like it a lot. And these characters are nice looking. I want to see more of them. At least these characters got like a more impressive introduction than like most of the rest of Kaido's crew, like the fucking or like the Oniwa Banshu or whatever, that just the ninja guys who are, yes, they've all had like little introductions, I think, but nobody cares, and they've never done anything interesting other than be a mass of ninjas. Yeah. So this is good. We're giving them more personality. This is the kind of scene that usually happens before, at least in old One Piece or your more early stage shonen series, where like these would be the guys our characters are matched up with for their big epic Enies Lobby style battles. Will that happen? I don't know. Would be cool to see though. At least one of them, I bet, will get a big old cool fight. And I'm gonna guess it's gonna be Who's Who and Zoro, unless it turns out to be Kaido's son, which maybe that'll be the guy Luffy fights. Maybe it'll be the guy Zoro fights.
Yeah, we don't see him.
I'm very much looking forward to that. Maybe he'll be like an incel gamer, and he'll meet Frankie, and Frankie as his dad will give him some fatherly advice about how to fuck bitches and get money.
That would be actually really cool. Like
I would love that.
like you know, he's not coming to the party because he doesn't like social gatherings. He's like, whatever, fucking Kaido, shut up, dad. He's just wandering the halls, and then he accidentally comes across a like secret assassination attempt group of people, and it's like, who are you?
And Frankie just hits him with a couple of supers, and the guy's like, oh, maybe I can be a cool party boy myself too. Instantly overcomes his social anxiety.
Yeah.
And it'll be glorious from then on.
Yeah, they fix Kaido's son, and then Kaido's like, you fixed my boy. In fact, you're my best friends now. Let's all party together.
Just like how there are personality-based events that happen in One Piece that are some of the best moments. For example, when Usopp was miraculously immune to Perona's ghosts. That was one of the best things that like ever happened in One Piece. When like Usopp, a lot of them are about Usopp actually. When Usopp did that retarded fire face thing to, untoyify everybody in Dressrosa, and then did the callback when he sniped, Sugar again from a million miles away with a reference to that epic moment. Incredible, awesome stuff. Let's give Frankie a dad moment. Let's give Frankie, son, I'm going to save you from social anxiety. That would be incredible and would be wonderful. So please do that, Oda. Anything like that would be great. Would be great. Maybe there's a guy who's really, really strong, but he's vulnerable to spooky stories. So Robin, instead of trying to fight this guy, just tells him a lot of spooky, depressing shit. And so he kills himself, and that's how she wins the battle, because he's too strong otherwise.
What if she does that to Kaido? He'll finally have the strength to kill himself.
That would be excellent. That'll be how they defeat him. I don't know, maybe. It was interesting to introduce him as a suicidal man, so maybe they'll do something more with that now that the time has come for Kaido to do big things. I don't know. There's, maybe I was a little bit doom and gloom this episode. Like that thing about Zoro, I'm really concerned about, but I think Zoro will get it. Obviously, I love One Piece. Not here to be a doom and gloom guy that much, except about Jinbei. Literally kill the fish. # kill the fish. But beyond that, great series. It was a bit thin of a chapter. Not a lot happened, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. We still managed to talk about it for an hour and 15 minutes.
We sure did. As we always can and do. I want to see what Uruti can do. And you know what? I'll say it. I'm hoping the Beast Pirates have been a lot of Zoan Devil Fruits. Here's the thing. Zoan Devil Fruits, a little bit boring because they're just kind of not that interesting. I see Uruti. I see, Sasaki. I see Black Maria. Maybe Who's Who as well. I see potential for the thing that we really need in One Piece. Crazy Paramecia Devil Fruits that do wonky, off-the-wall JoJo stand type shit. That's what I want to see, and I'm ready for some. And everybody turning into a dinosaur. Look, it's cool. At a certain point, you need a fucking hobby no me that changes the entire fucking landscape of how a society functions. That's what we need. I don't know, fucking gas, devil fruit that lets fucking, what's his face be immune on punk hazard, all the crazy shit that's going on. Environmental hazards. That's the kind of shit we need. So let's bust him out, Oda, and get creative. Get creative. That's what we need. All right, that's all I have to say. And that'll do it for this week's episode of the Podcast. We'll be back next week with more, potentially. Won't that be fun? But before you go, why not go to patreon.com/thepodcastpirates and support the show for all our endless nitpicking and insulting of Oda's sexual prowess. You can give us $1 due to be a member of the Podcast Pirates crew, which informs your role on the Discord. You will no longer be a lowly white. However, if you choose to engulf yourself in depression and sadness and self-hatred, you can be a lowly white by just clicking the description down below to join the Discord and talk with us about One Piece all the time anyway, which is very active. They got spoiler chats, you got main chats, all kinds of good stuff happening, and won't that be fun for everybody? And of course, follow us on Twitter at PodcastaHoy for all kinds of updates, and we post all the fucking episodes. They're there, and another good place to find out what's going on. Anything else?
No, that's it, I think.
Read Gibbs' comic. He makes a comic.
Yes, read my comic on gibbontake.site. Link in the description.
There you go. That's it, everybody. Oh, also, I make videos about stuff, too. One Piece Lecture. It's pretty good. Best Guy Ever YouTube channel. Doing pretty well. Hey, I finally got over 100K subs again after I tragically lost it due to Brad's hack. Pretty nice. So I'm a cool guy now, everybody. You can respect me as a creator at long last. All right, that's it, everybody. We'll see you next time. Have a beautiful time and a lovely week. Watch out for that Rona. Queen got a little crazy with his last biological weapon experiment. We're all paying the price. Stay on your ship, 6 feet distance. Have a beautiful day. Bye!
Goodbye.